Beauty is simple as a stone, smooth, worn into one movement, the curve still as the orbit a star loops through. Stone is simple as bone, which hand, shoulder or arm rims round. Bone is smoother than skin, rounder than flesh. Under the teaseled mesh of hair, bone is bare as thought without words, pure as desire without image, end without world. Stone is the earth's cool skeleton, and bone the rock that flesh builds on. I walk among the cobbles by the shore, not here the nap of turf, the nibs of marram, twiddled like compasses by the wind, describing arcs on the white sand. Not here the rock pools and the sea spleenwort and the underwater ferns. Instead, the shingle grinds its teeth beneath my tread. The pebbles squeak and squelch as I kick among them, dark and wet and salty as mussel shells. Above the rack I pick a stone, bone dry, black and bare, no seaweed shavings nor barnacles little volcanoes bursting from its flanks. An indigo mudstone from Skiddaw or Black Combe, snapped off the rocks and carried to the sea in the pockets of the ice, its sides planed flat to long unequal rhomboids, then shaken daily in the dice box of the surf. Hammered, filed and sandpapered, its roughnesses are rounded, and what was once a chip, a sliver of slate, becomes a whole, self-axled and self-bounded, grained like a bird's egg, and simple as a raindrop, a molecule of beauty. The sea spurge feathers green, dripping sticky sap. The quick ring plover shifts and disappears like a puddle in the sun, and the stones stay perfect and purposeful, acknowledging no way other of being than this. I lie along the axis of the world. My feet are the poles, the ice chisels my shins, my arms are curled about the tropics, where the mid-ribs splice the continents together. Naked, though shaggy with larches at the fork, I seem, and feel the cold scurf snow on hair as black as heather in the dark and hidden armpits of the mountains. Bone splinters along the skyline, bare as fortitude, and wind and rain gimlet and slice beneath the lathered air. High from the Alps the blood-red rivers fall, veining the snow and gouging deep canyons in granifier and shale. As the old miners wrought with feather, stope and mallet, so the ice and weather crack the sockets of the rocks, and boulders chock up the gullies, and the slates flake, and what the green ice breaks, the grey snow solders. In warm savannas of forgetfulness, the rivers run maroon with blood. They flow where brine corrodes my eyes and silt the blinded grottos of my head. Now brown about my brow settles the mud. The Ordovician creatures crawl. Across the delta, corals spread, blooming like rhododendrons. Fern and shell are stamped in sand like heads on coins. Oh, now heavy the years, the mud. The rain fills, drop by drop, a neapless sea, and centuries fall slowly, grain by grain. An old man sat in a waterfall, and the water dripped through his hair. His voice was green as a sea pie's call. Come, weeds, and turf my skull, for my hair is loosed by the bite of the beck. Soon my head will be bare, I'll have no pride at all. Come, wagtail, water ouzel, sing and bubble in my throat. Come, water rats, skulk in my breast. My flesh shall be your winter coat. Come, water hen, and make your nest in hollows of my ribs. There you'll find a place to play, for life has rotted my heart away. The old man sat in the waterfall, and the water turned his skin to bone. Stalactites hung from his chin like a beard, his shoulders were shelled with stone. And leaves in autumn drop from tall arthritic thorn trees by the limestone wall on the old stone man in the waterfall. Bone is simple as memory, cool as water that flows over jowl and brow in the pools of sleep. Drip by drip, thoughts bulge and fall perfect as the world curled about them, bent on the water's eyeball. Oh, from what rains, from what clouds, from what seas, from what streams dribble the ghosts that flood my dreams? Memory flows cool round the bone, glazing the white like porcelain. Gaze on the youthful bone, that bending spine and rotting teeth made in a cradle. And the bone says, it is not I that bears the daisy head, but the limestone generations of the dead. Memory is beautiful as a stone, simple as a sample of mountain, a handful of hill. Oh, cobble on the shore, can you not remember what you were before the valleys were brought low? Can you not forget what it is to never know, rock turning slowly back into rock, long to days ago?